Okay, today we can discuss what is Compton effect. So, Compton effect means it is an interaction between the photon and an electron, or a photon is scattered by an electron. So, here this is the direction of the incident photon, that is along the x-axis, and this electron is at rest. So, there is an interaction between the incoming photon and the electron, and after the interaction the photon gets scattered along this direction and the electron gets scattered in this direction. So this is the that is the incident direction. So the photon scattered by an angle phi and the electron scattered by an angle theta. So this scattered electron again having the energy, say this interaction between the photon and the electron, we can take this as an elastic collision. So in the case of this elastic collision, that is the momentum and energy before and after collision are equal or same, that is the energy, or it is conserved. That is in the case of the elastic collision, momentum and energy before and after collision is conserved. So here they say the electron is at rest, and this is E, is the energy of the incident photon, where E is equal to h nu. Again it is the packet of energy, and the momentum P is equal to h nu by C, and this is the energy of the scattered photon, where E is equal to h nu prime and P is equal to h nu prime by C. And again the energy of the scattered electron is given by, so this is the relativistic relation of the electron, or the relativistic expression for the electron energy. So E is equal to square root of P squared C squared plus M squared C raised to 4. Then the photon momentum P is equal to P prime. So there is an interaction between the photon and the electron. So there is an exchange of energy that takes place between the interaction or during the interaction, and the scattered photon, that is the the electron is at rest, and because of the collision the electron gets energy, or the kinetic energy from the incident photon, it gets scattered. So there is a change in the case of the energy of the incident, that is the scattered photon. So the scattered photon is having a less energy than that of the incident photon. So we can next go to the derivation part of what is the Compton wavelength. So we can do the derivation. So for that we can write what is the expression for the kinetic energy. That means during this interaction between the incident photon and the electron. So this is the energy before collision or before interaction, that is the energy is equal to h nu prime is the energy after interaction. So that loss of energy, we can write this as, that is loss of kinetic energy, or that means the loss of energy of the photon is taken, or it is converted into the gain in kinetic energy of the electron. So kinetic energy, so h nu minus h nu prime. So we can write this as equation 1. So during this interaction the photon loses energy and electron receives energy, and that energy is in the form of the kinetic energy. So that is given as Ke, that is kinetic energy, is equal to h nu minus h nu prime, where h nu is the energy before collision, or the energy of the incident photon, and this is the energy after the collision of the photon. So we can write this as equation 1. Then the momentum, that is the relation between the energy and momentum according to relativistic mechanics, is equal to Pc, or P, the where E is the energy and P is the momentum, C is the velocity of light. So this is given by the relativistic equation for a massless particle. So P is equal to what? E by C. Again what is E? E is equal to h nu by C. So that is what here it is written as P is equal to h nu by C. So that is equation, we can write this as equation 2. E is equal to Pc is equation 2, and P is equal to h nu by C as equation 3. Then according to that is, as I said earlier, this equation or this interaction can be taken as an elastic collision. So that is momenta before collision or momenta before interaction is equal to momenta after interaction. So we can write what is the momenta of the photon and the electron before interaction, and what is the momenta of the electron and the photon after interaction or after the collision. So here the photon is moving with a velocity, we can say that is energy is equal to h nu and momenta is equal to h nu by c. Here the electron is at rest, so there is no momentum for the electron, and here it is scattered, the photon is scattered, and this is the energy and this is the momentum, and again this electron is scattered and this is the energy and this is the momentum. So we can write that is because of the elastic collision, initial momentum, that is, or momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision. So initial momentum is equal to final momentum. So what is here the momenta of the photon and that of the electron, that is the initial momentum. So momenta of photon is equal to h nu by c. Momenta of electron is 0 because electron is at rest, and is equal to what? What is the momenta of photon? It is equal to after collision is equal to h nu prime by c. And what about the momenta of the electron, which is equal to p? So h nu by c plus 0 is equal to h nu prime by c plus p. So we can put this equation as 4. But see here, remember again the electron, that is, and the photon, they are taking an angle, again an angle, particular angle. Say photon is scattered through an angle phi and electron is scattered through an angle theta. So we have to resolve this vectors, that is by resolution of vectors we have to take the components of this a scattered photon and that of the scattered electron along the x-axis and the y-axis. So this is the general equation, that is what, again we have to take the component of this one and component of this one because they are making an angle theta with the incident direction or the initial direction. So we have to correct this as equation as so what is the, see this is making an angle phi. What is the x component of that? Is x component of this is equal to h nu prime by c cos phi. Similarly x component of this momentum is equal to p cos theta. So taking the component of this one, because here it is moving along the x direction and in this case it is scattered through an angle phi and electron is scattered through an angle theta. So we have to take the component or in the resolution of vectors. So we can write this equation as h nu by c plus 0 is equal to h nu prime by c cos phi, that is because it is scattered through an angle phi, plus in the case of the electron it is scattered through an angle theta, so it is equal to p cos theta. So this is the expression for this equation, that is for the scattering of electron and photon along the that is along a particular direction, say theta and phi. So we can write this equation as 4. And in the case of the perpendicular direction, we have to take, see this is along the parallel direction or in the direction of the incident photon, and in the perpendicular direction again we have to take the components. Then I have to draw a diagram for that. So that is equal to, so the direction of that is given by, that is direction of the photon and direction of the electron. So this is equal to, so this angle is theta and this angle is phi. So this is equal to p cos theta and this is equal to p sin theta. That is the parallel component and the perpendicular component. So in this case, this is equal to, that is the parallel component, what we have written as h nu prime by c cos phi, and the perpendicular component is equal to h nu prime by c sin phi. So this is the component form equation, that is the equation or the interaction is along the parallel direction or in the direction of the incident photon and the perpendicular direction. So the photon moment, so this is the parallel component what we have written earlier, p cos theta, and this is the perpendicular component which is p sin theta, and this is in the case of the photon, that is the parallel component is equal to h nu prime by c cos phi, and the perpendicular component is equal to h nu prime by c into sin theta. So we have to consider what is the expression along the perpendicular direction. So let me erase this diagram. So we can write in the perpendicular direction the equation as so that because the interaction is along, say, in the parallel direction, or we can take this as axis, so there is no term here, so we can write this as 0. This is equal to what? That is h nu prime by c sin phi. Then here it is plus, and in the case of the perpendicular component, it is in the that is negative side or in that quadrant, so we can write this as p sin theta. So this is the expression for the perpendicular direction. So we can put this equation as equation 5. That is, so this is the expression for the parallel component or along the direction of the interaction between the photon and the electron, and this is the perpendicular direction or the for the expression, which is equation, we can write this as equation 5. Then multiply equation 4 by c and rewrite. So we can write equation 4, that is multiply equation 4 by c. So we can write this as what? Multiplying equation 4 by c. This is equal to h nu. H nu is equal to h nu prime cos phi plus pc cos theta. So again, by rearranging this equation, we can write this as pc cos theta is equal to h nu minus h nu prime cos phi. Put it as equation 6. So that is equation 4 is multiplied by c. So the c get cancelled. So this is equal to h nu prime cos phi plus pc cos theta. And by rearranging this one, we can take that as pc cos theta is equal to h nu minus h nu prime cos phi, which we can write equation 6. Then similarly, equation 5, that is again multiply the equation 5, that is the perpendicular component also. So we can write that expression as h nu prime sin theta is equal to sin phi is equal to pc sin theta. That is again the perpendicular component pc sin theta. So this put it as equation 7. Then squaring equation 6 and 7, that is the parallel component and the perpendicular component. So we can write the equation as pc cos theta squared equal to h nu minus h nu prime cos phi squared. We can put this as equation 8, and this one, that is pc sin theta square equal to h nu prime sin phi square. That is squaring both the parallel component and the perpendicular component. So we can put this as equation 9. Then add 8 and 9. That is equation 8 and equation 9. So you will get the equation or the expression as PC cos theta square equal to, that is both adding this one, you get h nu square plus h nu prime cos phi square minus 2 h nu prime cos phi. We can take this as equation 10. That means I have expand this equation 8 in this form. That is PC cos theta squared is equal to h nu minus h nu prime cos phi square. So by expanding this equation, you will get in this form. So we can take this as equation 10. Again, this is simple because there is no extra term. So we can by adding, that is by rearranging both the equations, you will get this as PC square, that is squaring and adding equation 8 and 9. You will get PC cos theta square plus PC sin it is squaring and adding equation 8 and 9. So this is equal to PC sin theta square is equal to h nu square plus h nu prime cos theta square plus h nu prime sin theta square, h nu prime sin theta square minus 2h nu prime cos phi. So by taking and rearranging, that means cos theta squared and sin theta squared, that is taking PC outside. Cos theta squared plus sin theta squared is equal to 1. So this here this LHS will give what? PC squared. PC squared is equal to, similarly here, that is h nu prime cos square theta plus h nu prime sin square theta. So by taking this h nu prime outside or as common, cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. So you will get this expression as h nu squared plus h nu prime squared minus 2h nu prime cos phi. Okay, so we can take this as equation 12. So, equation that means we have considered both the parallel component and the perpendicular component. We have written that equation for the parallel component and the perpendicular component. And that is, I think this is equation 8 and equation 9. So, by squaring equation 8 and equation 9 and as well as adding, that is squaring and adding equation 8 and 9. And rearranging, you will get as the expression as PC squared is equal to h nu squared plus h nu prime squared minus 2h nu prime cos phi. So put it as equation 12. So again, next equate the expression for, again take the photon and their electron. They are moving, say the photon is moving with the velocity of light because it is a quanta of light. So we have to consider the relativistic effect. So we have to consider the energy, the expression for the energy in the relativistic case. So we can take E is equal to kinetic energy of the particle is equal to kinetic energy plus mc square. That means that mc squared is the rest energy. Again, the relativistic expression is equal to square root of p squared c squared plus m squared c raised to 4. So these are the two expressions, that energy expression in the case of the relativistic mechanics. So energy is equal to the kinetic energy plus mc squared, where mc squared is the rest energy. Similarly again is equal to square root of p squared c squared plus m squared c raised to 4. So in the case of the photon there is no rest energy or the rest mass, and in the case of the electron the rest mass is taken as m. Again you know that what is the rest mass? M is equal to m0 divided by square root of 1 minus v squared by c squared. So this is given as the expression for the mass, where m0 is the rest mass. So we can again, by using this expression, we can write the expression for this interaction between the photon and that of the electron as, so by equating this expression for energy, so E is equal to Ke plus mc squared, and E is equal to square root of m squared c, that is square root of p squared c squared plus m squared c raised to 4. So equating that to equation, we can write this as kinetic energy plus m c squared equal to square root of ennulla maattiittu this can be written as m squared c raised to 4 plus p squared c squared. So energy is equal to, so again give square, because E is equal to square root of p squared c squared plus m squared c raised to 4. So squaring this one, you will get this as m squared c raised to 4 plus p squared c squared, and this is expression, that is another expression for energy, kinetic energy plus mc squared. So that is squaring one term, and this is the term from E. So put it as equation 13. That is, this is from the relativistic part. Then from equation 1, so what is equation 1? There is a change in kinetic energy of the, that means during the interaction, the energy taken by the electron from the photon. So the electron is taken as the electron, it appears in the case of the electron, the energy is appeared as the kinetic energy, and there is a loss for the photon, its energy. So kinetic energy from the first expression, it is given as h nu minus h nu prime. So this is what the equation 1. So substituting this in equation 13, that is expression for Ke in this expression, and square, that is taking the square and rearranging. So you will get what is equation 13. Equation 13 is obtained as p squared c squared is equal to, that is for substituting Ke this one and removing the square, and you will get the final form as h nu squared plus h nu prime squared minus 2 h nu prime plus 2 m c squared, that is let me write it here, plus 2 m c squared h nu minus h nu prime. So this is what you will obtain when you substitute this expression here, that is in the case of the kinetic energy, and by rearranging equation 13 you will obtain p squared c squared equal to h nu squared plus h nu prime squared minus 2 h nu prime plus 2 mc squared h nu minus h nu prime, which is equation 14. And substituting equation 14 in equation 12. So substitute equation 14 in equation 12. Equation 12, you will obtain the expression as So you will get the expression as final, that is by rearranging you will get this as 2 m c squared h nu minus h nu prime equal to 2 h nu prime minus 2mc squared h nu prime, that is equal to 2 h nu prime minus 2 h nu prime cos phi. So this is equal to, again, what we can take this outside because this is a common. So we can write this as 2 h nu prime into 1 minus cos phi. So substituting equation 14 in equation 12 and rearranging all the terms, you will get this as 2 mc square h nu minus h nu prime is equal to 2 h nu prime into 1 minus cos phi. Also, okay, so we can write this as equation 15. Equation 15. Then dividing this equation by 2, that is dividing equation 15. Equation 15, that is divide that equation by 2h squared c squared. So we can write this equation as mc squared by h into nu minus c minus nu prime by c equal to nu by c, nu prime by c into 1 minus cos phi. So dividing, this is equation 15, and dividing this equation by 2 h squared c squared, you will get this as mc squared by h nu by c minus nu prime by c equal to, again, that is nu by c, nu, that is again it will get cancelled, so nu prime by c into 1 minus cos phi. So again it is easy, or it is better to write this expression in terms of the wavelength. So we can write what that is. So wavelength is equal to nu by c is equal to 1 by lambda, and nu prime by c is equal to 1 by lambda prime. So we can write the above equation as that is mc by h into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda prime equal to 1 minus cos phi divided by lambda prime. Again we can take the LCM and we can rearrange this equation as, that is again by taking this LCM of this one. So mc by h into lambda prime. So this is equal to lambda prime minus lambda equal to 1 minus cos phi divided by lambda prime. So this get cancelled, lambda and lambda prime get cancelled. So we can write this as mc by h into lambda prime minus lambda is equal to 1 minus cos phi. Okay, again we can take or rearrange this expression. So by rearranging this equation, we can write lambda prime minus lambda is equal to h by mc into 1 minus cos phi. So this h by mc, we can write this as lambda c, which is the Compton wavelength. So lambda c is equal to h by mc, or we can write this equation as lambda prime minus lambda is equal to, instead of this one, you can substitute this. So lambda c into 1 minus cos phi. So this is what is the expression for the change in wavelength of this photon, that is during the interaction between the electron and the photon, and this is the Compton wavelength. So this is the change in wavelength, and lambda prime lambda prime minus lambda is equal to 1 minus cos phi. So when this change in wavelength is maximum, that means when phi is equal to 180 degree, that means the interaction is the angle phi. Phi means it is the angle between the incident direction and that of the scattered photon. So when phi is equal to 180 degree, substituting here, it is 180, that means 1 plus cos phi. Cos 180 is equal to minus 1. So you will get this as 2. So lambda prime minus lambda is equal to 2 lambda c, where lambda c is the Compton wavelength and lambda c is equal to 2.426 picometer for electron. So this Compton effect gives a strong support for the particle nature of light as well as the Max Planck theory. So there is the interaction between the photon and the electron, or the scattering of a photon by an electron, which is known as the Compton effect. Thank you.